Hello everyone and welcome back to Formula 1 2021 the game. My name is Renzen and we are back in this game, and I just said it twice and you didn't know it. Get wrecked. No, just joking. So, what happened last time in the race? Well, it was quite a chaotic race to start from, because we first of all started further than we didn't start further, we start closer and higher up on the grid than we should have done, and we should have gone, but because other people got penalties and all of this stuff, a safety car came to spice up everything and we were in the lead, yet we've successfully failed and finishing complete lost and DNF. Wait, not lost, well, they say 20, we ended 20th, but at the last, well, it was the last round for us, and we straight up just went and hit that wall. We couldn't finish that first race in the wall. While on the side note, Lewis Hamilton takes on this first place, followed by Verstappen, then Bottas, which has the fastest lap, Sergio Perez, Ricciardo, and so on. And since we ended up in a wall, we just landed behind Marcus Armstrong. Lando Norris and Antonio Giovinazzi had a DNF in that race, since the both of the cars got out, and that led to a safety car. Other than that, we are going straight up to Spain, where it will, at least in my opinion, be another one hell of a ride, because, well, it doesn't seem all that well. Spain.
We were expecting some new developments to come through, but some of them have failed quality control. We'll need to tell the team what to redevelop via the R&D screen. I hate to drop this on you, but we could do with your expertise on this one.
One of the statements: we've performed an internal investigation and spoken with their peers, and have concluded that it's doubtful that offense was intended. Confirmed their social media profile makes it very clear who they work for, and it is starting to reflect poorly upon the team. How do you want to handle it? Make it clear publicly that the employee statement had no ill intent, and that you do not intend to take any formal action against the employee. Meet with the employee and remind them that their online activities reflect poorly on the team. We assure the public that the matter is being handled. I think the morale for the moment is
thanks for helping out.
one of, wait, they said something about R&D. I think it's this one that failed, or no. Well then, guess we're gonna make this successful, and here nothing else. So let's go and see what we can. Let's do this one. Let's do this one. And I think that's all we can do, right? Yep, that's all we can do. So let's go further in time.
Finally, some good news. It's entirely up to you how we handle this.
Thanks to breakthrough in development, we have some additional resources to invest in R&D. However, the durability department are arguing that they are currently best placed to maximize the value of those resources, and so devoting them exclusively to their department will allow them to make significant gains in their current area of the.
Thanks for handling.
No, it's that 50%. That's very, very good. It's going to help us with later on, and I think we can actually get it. Ignition
New
system.
parts have completed without issue. They'll be on the car, ready for the next race weekend. How do you want us to deal with this one?
Chassis depot appears to have overestimated its factory budget, so we have some leftover funds to look at us like. Where should we think about it?
Thanks for stepping in and helping handle it.
Upgrade. Well, this is a season break then. First of all, we're going to take a look at if we can do the other wings, but can we do? No, we can only do one here, and here we can only do the spark plugs. I think I'm going to do with this. Oh wait, is everything going to be just straight up? Well, let's go for that failure chance, I guess, and let's go into the weekly break. If there's nothing we can. Okay, so the failure chance will be reduced by 10, or checking drive prints that's gonna help us a lot. Then start season break, and let's see. Is there actually? I don't think there is anything we can do.
Okay, we've had the new parts come through the fabrication process. We'll have them with us for the next Grand Prix.
No, we can't. Also not. Maybe that one. No, because it's under. We can do this at least. Well, there's gonna be a save.
We need your input here. Not an easy choice, I know.
It's time we had a chat about our work rates. Whilst we are doing extremely well and hitting all of our targets, we're seeing increasing rates of stress and burnout among our staff. They want to see us do well, and whilst hitting our deadlines is good, we don't want to risk sudden decline in performance due to overworked staff. I suggest we have small circuit breaker projects to give staff the short-term break for long-term results.
Thanks.
I'll agree.
I know these kinds of decisions can be challenging, but I think you made the right call.
Yeah, no yeah, I think I made the right call too. Central under tray. We have a lot of developments, which is
completed without issue.
really good.
The car, ready for the next race weekend.
It's really good we are getting all those developments. Well, I guess let's go to the race weekend. We are here now in the Formula 1 Grand Prix de España in qualifying round 1. As we start this first lap, we take a very good acceleration into this, try to get as much as high speed as possible to get those vital seconds to maybe put us ahead of Marcus, or maybe, but that's just a fine cat. And we take already the gravel trap here, which is totally not good, which gives us bad turn in this right-hander. Going to try go, but a bit too fast, a bit too late on the braking zone. It's not quite good. Seems like we get this right-hander way better than the last one. We're going to try to get as high as possible. We're going to get this, not lose the rear end. Lost it a bit there, but nothing more, and take a bit on the curb, which can take some seconds off. I don't know for sure. Takes this tight right left-hander, very good. Now this part comes a bit, as you see, this part has a bit more problem. Since, well, I lift up at the entrance, and here this chicane just doesn't success me. I cannot find it, and success to it. So let's see how which place we are, and we are just right behind Schumacher. So for a moment we are behind Schumacher. George Russell is in front of us, trying to see if Marcus is some way there. Seems like he's not for a moment. And Marcus Armstrong is just in front of Nicholas Latifi, and then it's us. We're in 21st place, trying to go for the second lap. Seems like we're going a bit faster than last lap, getting a 1,000th of a second. Maybe we can get this. That seems like we've messed this a bit up, but not as much as last time, getting those vital little seconds, little milliseconds. Seems like Latifi is somehow behind us now. Did his time got deleted? Because it seems like he's now behind us. But we still succeed to get some very good pace actually. I don't know if it's possible to get in front of Armstrong. Let's see where we are placed, how many seconds we've done till that part. Schumacher has done 52 and we are 180 of a second faster than him. Seems like we have a possibility, and we take a bad turn here, which costs us a lot of time. Seems like our delta is now negative. That's no good for us. I doubt if we can still make it. And we've taken those curb, lost a bit of the rear end, trying to still get those seconds, and nope. It seems like we have 300 seconds behind him, and Max Verstappen is in front of this qualifying one. So is George Russell, then Mick Schumacher, Marcus Armstrong, Nicholas Latifi, us, and then Nikita Mazepin. Seems like we are going to start 21st. Maybe if there are some penalties we can start way sooner, but let's see.
The Spanish Grand Prix has been a permanent fixture on the Formula One calendar for over 30 years now, and for good reason. Do you remember Michael Schumacher's absolute dominance here in that rain-soaked Grand Prix in 1996? That day he took his first ever victory for Ferrari, and we've had many more iconic moments since. It's a sellout crowd of 140,000 here today as we await lights out for the 730-metre sprint down to turn 1 of this 2.9-mile racetrack. Overtaking is challenging through these 16 corners, but there's still a lot of high-speed excitement to be found, including the flat-out turn 3 and the terrifying blind right of turn 9. And as always, a man with plenty of racing experience joins me in the commentary box. Today it's Anthony Davidson. Tell me, Ant, you're no stranger to surviving the melee of turn 1, so how do you keep out of trouble when there's so much going on around you?
There are three main things to worry about there, Crofty: positioning, awareness and discipline. First, you have to put your car in a bit of space and make sure you have room to react to what the others are doing. Then you have to watch your mirrors and listen to the sounds around you to get a sense of where everyone is. And finally, just don't get too greedy. Just because a gap exists doesn't always mean you should go for it.
With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he starts from pole position, and Valtteri Bottas will line up alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Leclerc, Carlos Sainz and Perez, Norris, Ricciardo, Gasly and Yuki Tsunoda, Vettel, Fernando Alonso, Kimi Raikkonen and Stroll, Ocon, Giovinazzi, George Russell and Mick Schumacher, Armstrong, Latifi, the rookie and Nikita Mazepin. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track and get this Grand Prix underway.
So it seems that we are going to start 21st. I'm going to the medium hard strategy, lower a bit of the fuel, but let's go. Lights going out, and it's lights out, and away we go. You see, some of them are taking a really good start. We are taking a really good start. position 19 now already. I'm going to try and dive bomb right into it, taking in first fast laps. It seems like we're on a kind of battle with Giovinazzi. We see what Giovinazzi is going out right into the wall. What happened? Seems did we touch with Giovinazzi? What the hell happened? Seems like we're going to have this view from Giovinazzi, and straight skipping quite his position, so not a bad start at all. Going in, and it seems like we are right there. He's going to try and maybe he catched up. Yeah, he catched up in the rear wheel, ended up in the wall. Finish for it. It's a DNF. We're going to have it this time from Marcus, and you see him just straight up flying into the wall. I don't know if that happens in real life. That doesn't sound totally god. And it seems like the virtual safety car is out. Now we're going to stay with Armstrong for this one a bit. Line up, everyone is still behind each other. Cannot overtake since it is the virtual safety car. Seems like it's going to be out in a second. Virtual safety car on Max Verstappen now, and racing continues now as people try to overtake or see if they can overtake, and we have some overtakes there. Seems like Sebastian Vettel passed Fernando Alonso, Kimi Raikkonen passed Lance Stroll, and Kimi Raikkonen also passed Fernando Alonso. That's very interesting, and we have passed Esteban Ocon, and we are now behind Lance Stroll, but I do not think we can keep that Alpine behind, because just the performance they have. And lap 1 is done, we are in P15, so we've taken some places. Seems like Ocon is going to try an action on us. He's going in the inside. I'm not going to fight it because it's only going to be time and speed consumption as we take back this corner, and Ocon is now ahead of us. We have Schumacher still behind us, which is a potential danger, and that is quite a danger, and I'm gonna try to keep him off. And we've taken a bit of the gravel here, which is totally not good. Seems like there is some kind of problem with the car on the mediums. I don't know why. Seems like the car has some problems on the mediums. Schumacher is going to try the inside, goes on the inside wheel, and he spins! Oh no! He spins just like Giovinazzi, but not the end for him. So yellow flag goes for him, but it's resume racing. And we're going further in this lap too. The car feels a bit weird actually. We're only lap 2, but for some reason, and I see there's no quite damage on the front wing, and well, tires couldn't be used, but for some reason when we try to turn, as you see right here, couldn't take that turn perfectly as I wanted to, and I cannot go full speed into some of the corners already. It's really weird. I'm afraid we have some kind of phantom damage, as we are still behind Ocon. As you see, there is some problem with the car. We lost the back end straight up here. A bit too fast on the gas is possible a conclusion, but still, I do not know. Maybe we have that kind of phantom damage. You see, taking a bit too much curb. Yeah, you see, I cannot go flat out into this corner anymore for some reason. While the tires should technically still be good. There should be around, what, 20% or something like that? I don't know. I know there's some kind of phantom damage that exists, but I don't know, it just feels weird. It seems like the mediums are not that kind of tire we want to rock on this track for some reason. With the softs I had no problem at all. Maybe I cut a bit too much of the corners, which means I take up more damage than I should, or I'm going too, or push too hard on the gas trying to start it. But I don't know, it seems a bit weird to me. Going back in the chicane, take a bit that curb. Oh, and yeah, you see, we've taken that curb and just failed this chicane. It doesn't succeed me, that's no good for us. Seems like Russell is 7 seconds behind us, and as you see, we are only at 20% on the left front and the rest is around 15. So, I don't know, I think there's some kind of phantom damage, so that will mean that they will change our front wing perhaps. Or maybe there is just not enough downforce. I don't know, but we gotta keep George Russell, which is around 7 seconds behind us. We wanna keep this out. Take those gravel again. Here it seems like this corner isn't going to succeed me anytime. This enchantment of corner is not going to succeed me as we go on to lap 7. Seems like some of them already are going to pit. The ones that started on soft are now going on medium. Seems like they are going to a 2-pit stop strategy. We're going on lap 8 now. Some of them are going to pit and Carl Sainz is going to pass us. And as with Ocon, I'm not going to handle it, and my engineer actually says I can go to lap 16 as Paris is in front of us and has the inside, so we cannot take that inside and maybe go up that place, even if it would mean we hold Paris a bit back up and is going to pass us on the next straight. But maybe we can take that DRS from him on one of the next DRS zones, but it seems like he's flying off, and I've never seen that actually. So we're on lap 10. Seems like I can try to, as I lose a bit the back end, as Tsunoda and Ricardo and Norris are behind me, who have both pitted. Seems like Tsunoda might go on the outside, takes the outside, I take the inside. I'm going to try maybe stick a bit with him, and I cannot pass him, just way faster than I think he was, and I've made a little error there, going a bit further, going a bit wider in this that left-hander to the right, and as Ricardo goes, trying not to go with him but going too far, having a better traction out of it, going a bit wider, but we can get a bit of traction as Norris is getting now alongside us and passes out in this next corner. Seems like we can get the DRS, we're going to get the DRS, try to get still those seconds. I don't know if they're quite crucial, but it would be good for us after that DNF in Bahrain in our first race of the seasons to keep to try and get that 16th place. It would mean a lot more for us, even if it isn't the second. It's way better than a DNF, as Gasly is now behind us. Is he going to try to pass us on this next lap, or do the same as Tsunoda? Doesn't seem like he's close enough for it, so we're going to hold him off into the next lap, into the next corner. Take this corner really bad again. I don't know, this seems like this tire is just right kicking in. I can't go longer. I can't go to that 16 laps as my engineer said. I'm no doubting him, and I have no doubt that I can go to that lap, which means that the ones behind us will pit sooner than us and might then do an undercut, but we'll see, as Gasly is now way closer to us. I don't know if he's going to pass us right now. It doesn't seem like he is going to go, as we go a bit too deep in this. It seems like Gasly still stays behind us. He does not want to overtake us. Maybe he wants to have the DRS into the next straight, so he can go to Norris and Ricardo way faster. But they too will have DRS, so I'm in doubt. I doubt if he's going to, but I think Gasly will now go and overtake us into the next corner. Seems like he's going to do the same thing as Tsunoda. I'm not going to battle him, Thus it isn't worth my time, but we almost touch as I have to go way deeper then and mess up this corner again. And as you see, tires are kicking in as I cannot go full throttle into this corner anymore as in the beginning of the race. So I don't know what's wrong with the tires, of this they have little phantom damage as said, but I've been riding with it and it doesn't seem like, at least it doesn't seem like there is big problem, but I'm losing this kind of milliseconds, but still. I'm also asked my engineer for the weather because it said it would rain and he said no rain to be expected. As we now are on lap 11 with Lewis Hamilton and Lance Stroll, we are fighting together as I'm staying quite alone. So seems like nothing much has happened, and Lance Stroll on lap 12 and Lewis Hamilton are still fighting for it. Or is it Valtteri Bottas? No, it was Valtteri Bottas. Fernando Alonso is in front of Lewis Hamilton on lap 14. Can Lewis Hamilton go? Lewis Hamilton go on the inside and takes the advantage of Alonso into this right-hander on turn 3 full throttle, and Bottas also can try to pass. Is going in the inside, but it seems like Fernando Alonso keeps ahead and stays ahead of Valtteri Bottas into this turn. Might have better traction than Bottas. Seems like Fernando Alonso stays ahead of Valtteri Bottas, but I know that Lewis Hamilton and Bottas both have already pitted. Alonso hasn't, so isn't this a bit of time as Lewis Hamilton tries to go Kimi Raikkonen going together side by side, and we have the same with Valtteri Bottas and Fernando Alonso going side by side into this, which means Bottas has a way better traction and exit off at the corner as Valtteri Bottas has to stop and Fernando Alonso goes pit. So now as you see we're almost at 50% on the left front tire, which is quite getting a bit used. And we're only on lap 14, so we have 2 laps to go till we go a bit. So I think we can be a bit easy as Russell stays around the same time of us. Seems like Ocon pit, Vettel comes out of the pit exit, and teammate is in the pits. So that means everyone is going to pit behind us, as we have the same thing as with as we had with Perez, with Sebastian Vettel, and again we cannot pass him. We can maybe get that DRS on the next DRS zone, as he does not fly that fast off as Perez, but still is way faster than us. We're going also to enter the pit lane after this lap, so get that fast as possible in lap, so if we have a wing change because of that phantom damage I'm afraid of, we can still come a bit out in front of Russell if it doesn't change. Otherwise we'll have to battle our places and it wouldn't be as dead race as it is now. As we still have Vettel, we're going to have to pit and take that gravel. Just seems like the downforce isn't good and the wheels aren't that good anymore. I've taken a couple of times that gravel trap. So I'm going into the pits. Time to go and hard, and we touch a bit of the wall. So maybe they are going to change our front wing. I don't know, it seems like Raikkonen is going to pass us. Fernando Alonso also. Lance Stroll is also going to pass us. And Esteban Ocon also. It seems like George Russell is about 25 seconds behind us. Going into the pit lane, have fast and now on hard tires, so we have to last with these till the end of the race. As I come out of this, seems like Russell is only again 4 seconds about behind us. He did not pass us as we go onto the hard tires, and these hard tires already feel way better. They did not change our front wing, so that means there is no phantom damage. It seems like just medium tires do not suit me on this track with my car for some reason. As we are still in lap 17, we have still lap 33 to go, and I think this is going to stay quite a lonely race for us. It not much overtakes, we just have to keep that 16th position and try not to mess up as we see Russell behind us on the minimap, but I think we are still getting those 7 seconds in front of him as we take this way better than I thought I would, but still the tires need to warm a bit up as we're going on to lap 18. Seems like we are on lap 23, still alone and taking a bit of that gravel and that curb onto this right-hander, this full throttle. I'm just quite lonely in this race. I'm just been talking with my engineer like there is no race and there is nothing to do till, well, there are no fights. Russell is about 5 till 6 seconds behind us. Armstrong is about 9 to 10 seconds behind us, so only if we mess up we have actually no fight, and it seems like Bottas has the fastest lap. And I'm looking here at my replay, and also there are no quite interesting fights. The only one that have been overtaken are the ones that are in the pits, as we saw. I think that's the car of Verstappen, as he's in first place, catching up with us, which means in those 10 final laps to go we can be passed and get a blue flag, which means we're going to finish on lap 32 and not lap 33. And if we do not mess up, we get that 16th place. Lap 27, we have now Max into on our minimap. You can see he's very close to us as we get a blue flag. I'm going to see not to lose too much pace, so it's not close enough to go here. Maybe try into not this corner but the next one, that right long left-hander, as maybe go a bit wider so we can still have a better traction going, letting him in the inside and get this way better than we should, as I'm getting this quite good but not at all. Going to try to get the DRS as possible, as I see we are 20 seconds behind Ocon, so there's no doubt we are not going to catch him. We're getting DRS, so we're getting those couple more seconds of George Russell as we're getting a bit closer to Verstappen, but it's going to fly up once again, and I doubt we can get that second DRS zone. On lap 28 we've been getting a blue flag, so that means the next one, I think it's a Mercedes, can pass us, but I do not see him, as the king of Barcelona ahead of us flies off into the distance, and there is nothing for us to catch him, as we lose a bit of the right hand. Could have maybe get a bit of that DRS. There was still a possible way, but we've lost that rear end as we're going into the final lap now, and we have about 19 seconds till Ocon and about 9 seconds till Russell, so we really do not have any problems to go. I can take this a bit lighter. I do not have to push for anything, as I do not want to mess up as I did in Bahrain. Again, this is not what we want. P16 is actually way better than I thought I would do on this lap, as we take still a bit of that grass at that curb seems like everything is going to be alright for us as we're getting into the final sector and take a bit more too deep. I'm going to get to the last chicane as you see that Ocon and Gasly have swapped, and Max Verstappen has the fastest lap and won the race. That means he will get 26 as we get into this final corner. Pierre Gasly is out of the session as a mechanical failure, DNF, and just got passed by Max Verstappen, so he just actually won. He just has a place ahead of us. He DNF'd just in front of us. That just isn't what I thought would happen at the end of this race.
A real team effort which has paid off in spades. A great victory here at the Spanish Grand Prix. Talk to me, Ants. What was it that set them apart from the competition today?
Well, I think it was clear what the main contributing factor out on the track was today: speed. I know it sounds like an obvious thing to say, Crofty, but fast cars win races, and we saw that today with our winner.
The drivers are en route to the podium as we speak. What a fantastic win for the Red Bull team. They performed exceptionally today, keeping us firmly on the edge of our seats throughout the entirety of the race. Congratulations to everyone at the team.
As this was really a calm race, actually, Verstappen won, Hamilton second, and Valtteri better, Bottas third, but this was quite a silent race for us. And just wow for Pierre
And now
Gasly.
let's take a look at the driver's standings. Today's performance means Max Verstappen now owns the top spot in the Drivers' Championship. Some amazing talent out on the track today, but Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
I have to say Sebastian Vettel certainly caught my eye during today's race. Incredible driving.
Let's move on to the constructors. No change in the top spot, but with today's points, their hold on the lead is getting weaker. Meanwhile, Ferrari have improved their position. A strong weekend from them as they fight their way towards the top. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action. I can't wait to see what's next.
As you heard, Max Verstappen has now the world title in hold, so I wonder, will we have a Verstappen-Hamilton fight? As yeah, Pierre Gasly just got past one lap before the finish line, past the finish line, and after that had a mechanical failure. And Max Verstappen now is 44 points, so 1 point ahead of Hamilton because of that fastest lap. Just wow. And we finished 16, so it's really good for us as we now are 18 in the Drivers' Championship, which is kind of weird. So next race weekend will be in Monaco. I just feel like I'm going to DNF there. This just feels like it. But that's going to be it for today. Hope you liked it. Subscribe, turn on notification, and thumbs up. Yeah, like it. So I'll be more, and I'll see you all next one. And don't forget, there's the link down below to my Discord channel and Instagram, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.